Greetings and welcome to an orchestraltemplates.com sample quickie. LA-based developer Realitone has been putting out fun sample libraries for quite a while. I find myself playing their Realitone banjo library more often than I probably should, in no small part due to the cutest animated dog to ever grace a contact patch. Today we're looking at Fingerpick 2, a large upgrade of the original Fingerpick acoustic guitar library that extends what was great about the first version and adds a whole new instrument. Realitone kindly sent me an NFR of Fingerpick 2, not specifically for review, but simply because they're nice people. I want to give back to them because I really like the library. There is no known direct or indirect affiliation with anyone involved with the product, and everything said in this video is my own personal opinion, not influenced by any third party. Fingerpick 2 is a direct download from the developer's website realitone.com and is delivered via browser download. For users of the previous version, crossgrades are available, and there are separate packages for just the steel string version as well as the bundle with a new nylon guitar. Installation works the usual way with native access activation, but there is an extra step where you have to enter and unlock code directly in their instrument. I have zip idea how well this works as an anti-piracy measure, but it gives me a certain warm glow of nostalgia, given that a ton of 90s video games employed similar things. Download size is 2.1 GB. After installation, the installed library is 2.1 GB too, so during download and installation about 4.2 GB free space are needed temporarily. The library needs contact player of full 5.6.8 or higher. We are looking at the bundle version that includes the steel and nylon string samples in version 2.1. Fingerpick 2 is an acoustic guitar library that in the 2.0 bundle version provides steel string samples as well as nylon string samples. Each string can be set to nylon or steel individually. In terms of concept, Fingerpick 2.0 has two different modes of sorts. There's traditional piano-like chromatic notes you can play with full control over fret position, type of string and even legato behavior, as well as a host of typical guitar patterns. These two have full position control. A nice round of special features makes Fingerpick very expressive, more about that later. There's a single patch aptly named Fingerpick. The UI has several pages, with a main page showing essential patch controls on the left, and a large pattern player section making up the main part of the UI. An understated settings button in the lower right leads to a settings page for the pattern player and shows two additional page buttons. Keyboard Layout lets you determine how notes, chord area, patterns, fret controls and other features are laid out on your MIDI keyboard. The Mixer page provides a very competent mixer with channels for every string, including whether to use a steel string or a nylon string. Fingerpick clearly invites the user to just play around, as the default settings are very good, but also to dive into its capabilities and probably save a bunch of situation-specific presets. Do not let the sight of the single patch cloud your senses, there is a lot on Fingerpick 2.0. After loading the patch, Contact's on-screen keyboard shows several color-coded areas, which correspond to the same colors in the keyboard settings. Blue keys denote the notes area, which allows normal chromatic playing. You may want to set the number of keys on your keyboard selector to the current value to have maximum real key estate. Yellow keys let you choose 12 assignable patterns to play out of 61 possible. The green keys denote the chords area, where you tell Fingerpick the key in which to play the pattern. Red keys hide an assortment of squeaks, which can also be inserted automatically by the script. Purple keys hold knocks, a new feature in Fingerpick 2. And last but not least, orange keys let you select the capo position which the patterns will react to, plus a lone light blue key switch to affect legato. All of these can be freely positioned, and it makes sense to save the patch after you have found your perfect setup. Let's start with chromatic quote-unquote normal playing. I'll maximize the chromatic note range and leave legato on. With all 6 strings set to steel, here's how Fingerpick 2 sounds. And here's with nylon strings. Realitone suggests trying the lower 3 strings steel and the higher strings nylon. Of course, any combination is possible. There's an optional 12-string setting which emulates a 12-string guitar with adjustable split point and detune settings. The included reverb can be adjusted and switched off completely if you want to use your own reverb. Here's a Nylon guitar completely dry. But the main part of Fingerpick without doubt are the patterns. Let's hide the notes area and rearrange the areas to be easily playable. Right on the main page, a full octave of key switches awaits their assignment. The highest key switch is defined as the stop key, by default, allowing you to exit your pattern in a graceful manner. Before looking at the options provided, let's listen to the available patterns. There's a plethora of configuration options available. You can define how the pattern will end, its speed, and various humanization features. Two handy features are auto squeak and latch. Auto squeak will insert a little squeak when changing chords at definable intervals, which adds a lot to the realism. Latch keeps the current pattern playing until you choose another pattern or press the stop key switch or button. This is not only a big time saver, but also lets you use Fingerpick in an arranger-like fashion, keeping your hands free between chord changes to do other things. Of course, all this works with steel or nylon strings and any combination thereof. You would use Fingerpick 2 for any part where melodic or rhythmic acoustic guitar parts are needed and no guitarist is at hand. In fact, for non-guitarists, Fingerpick will let you play in very workable guitar parts in about the same time it would take a real guy to play them. That, I think, is the highest compliment you can make such a VI, and it is largely due to the included patterns, which cover all the standards, which I mean in the most positive way possible. Those patterns are exactly what you would play on a guitar if you could actually play guitar. So if you are a stellar guitarist, with your axe permanently hooked up to an input of your audio interface, ready to lay down a sick lick at any time, then Fingerpick probably is like shipping coal to Newcastle. But if you are not, nothing beats Fingerpick on the ease of use versus sound front. As an auxiliary instrument with a very unique mode of playing, getting a guitar in your template is super easy and super hard at the same time. Easy because you just load it in and route it to a group. Hard because how to sonically integrate it with your piece will largely depend on the piece itself. As for how I think the library is best set up, I prefer a 6-patch approach. One instance of Fingerpick with the chords hidden, intended for playing melodic lines or your own patterns. Then a second instance of just the patterns, with a curated selection of patterns you need most. You may add a third copy with some patterns, if you are a pattern connoisseur and want to partake in playing plenty more pertinent patterns for your particular project. And then I like to have each of those patches set up with the steel strings exclusively, nylon strings exclusively, and Realitone suggests half-half mix. The number of guitar libraries, even completely excluding electric guitars, is seemingly without end. For the whole package, I consider Fingerpick to be the best of the best, but Realitone's own acoustic light is a close contender for chromatic playability and strumming. Then there's Indigenous Sounds Renegade and Renaissance, Pattern House, and many more. Fingerpick is a supremely capable guitar VI for polyphonic playing, offering both steel and nylon strings also in combination. Editing quality is superb, and the guitars will hold their own in any styles where such acoustic guitars are required. The included patterns are a gift from heaven for non-guitarists, enabling you to lay down a convincing rhythm guitar swiftly. Out of the box, Fingerpick delivers a great work tool that truly finds its stride when tailored to your particular workflow, inviting experimentation and custom patches. I hope you liked this overview of Fingerpick 2.0. Let me know your feedback in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. Take care and see you soon.